Welcome. We are so glad to be able to sit with you today. This is our question and answer time together. Sananda here hosting. And there's really not been any written questions as much as there's been heartfelt questions. And it's the heartfelt questions that we are going to speak to today. And that is, what is it that we can do? Such appropriate question. Such an aware question, such an inviting question. And we're telling you, you don't need to turn off the news and you don't need to hide your head in the sand. Because there is some amazing, powerful actions that you can take. Some of our answers may not be new to you. It may be a confirmation of what you're already sensing. But we're just going to share what we share, trusting that what speaks to you from those sharings will spark actions and resolutions and a world that is different than what it has been. So again, welcome to being here with us. I have others with me. They will have their turn to talk. Right now, it's me. So let's just put right out there on the table what is going on between Putin and Ukraine. And you all know what that is. If you look at it from the landscape of galactic divine star families of mission for the earth, of course, this would come up because of the agendas that are still in place, the concepts that are still in place, that are fed by those who hold the agendas that Sharon has called outsiders, those who did not choose agendas to benefit, to bring benefit, to bring good, to experience all that is your divine nature, but for those who decided they wanted to create agendas to use other people's energy, ideas, and creations for their good, outsiders. And as long as those energies are still in the greater energy field, your personal, your family genetics, female psyche, male psyche, humanity psyche, and a galactic, as long as there is any of that, it has to manifest into your world, which is the physical. So we're seeing that they're still there, those that are holding that kind of an agenda. That's what we're seeing. Because there is no separation between the Ukrainians and those in Afghanistan, those in the United States, between those who are dealing with corruption in political schemes or in economic structures or in personal relationships. The attention right now is on Ukraine and Russia. Well, Putin. But it is a surrogate representation of the patterns that exist in many different regions of that greater field of energy. So what do you do? go back to who has authority here and what is that authority going to do. What plan do you want to be involved with? What outcome do you want to see? Using Ukraine as the surrogate and networking all such cultures and systems, whether it's countrywide, family-wide, relationship-wide, organization-wide, linking them all together because they are energetically connected. So what an opportunity. And here you are, souls in female bodysuits who are aware of your ferocious right to speak with authority and to be answered by those multitudes in the unseen, to be answered by them according to your declaration. So it is each one of you, because it's personal, it's a personal choice. What is the pillar that you are? Are you the pillar that says, I stand firm and speak with authority and am answered by those who have authority to act on my declaration? If not, strengthen that part of yourself. I am a pillar. I speak and my word is answered by those in spirit. What is the outcome you want to see for Ukraine and its people, but only as a surrogate for people everywhere, for people in your world, for people in your community, for people in your country? What is the outcome that you want? And what kinds of actions do you want to be a part of? You want to be a part of those who can bring that outcome without bloodshed? Or do you believe you have to go in with the sword and cut people's throats? What do you believe? How is that outcome going to occur? Because that's who you will be working with. There are those of us here who have the technology in present day in our world and have for a long time, who have the technology to bring in those ships to disrupt airspace. Ukrainians president had asked that the airspace across Ukraine has asked the United States to bring in planes so they can keep their airspace clear. That's one level of action. But what about us? You've been waiting for the UFOs to land to help, but have you really? Have you really? You really believe that's possible? Or are you waiting for somebody else to cause it to happen? You see? The energies that is outsider, it is a separate energy, a different energy, totally from the energy of your divine soul families. So have you considered that there are those of us in the unseen worlds that are unseen to you who have the ability to come in and bring that energy out of a body, off of a body, more deeply than ever before, which is what's needed, without causing death? What is the outcome you want to be a part of? And how do you believe it could happen? And if you don't have a solid belief, think about how you would want it to happen and get your beliefs strong. And then start connecting to us. What would it be like if this were the moment that the remaining outsider energy anywhere on this planet could be solidified together in that network? And we had the declaration of you to do such and to remove it in this moment of time. How is your belief in relationship to instant? So what do you do? Who are you first? Who am I? Who am I? What do I believe? What's the outcome I want? And if you have to hold it powerfully closer to home, then hold it powerfully closer to home as a surrogate for Ukraine and those other places. Wherever you have the most intensity, use that as the surrogate for everywhere. Then really connect yourself to the team and with that plan. And if there's no plan, ask that it be written and that the team be brought together for your participation in the way you want to participate. Don't assume that there's plans out there for the greater good to happen. Is that true? Yes, it's true, but it's not true really as powerfully as if you declare it in this moment, in this instant. This is what must be in place because I declare it so. You are so key. And then listen, what's that deeper? Where are you called? Where are you called? Setting that energy outcome, the plan, the team, the commitment solidly in place doesn't mean you have to take on the burden of doing. You have to only take on the commitment, the agreement that you will listen to what part you are given to play. And you can discern that for yourself. This week, you may know that you are so overwhelmed that the part you can play might be small this week. Hey, let the team know. This week, I'm a little limited, but boy, I've energized the plan. I've anchored the plan, and I'm willing to do and ready to do what I am called to within this, because finite is called physical, within this availability this week, whatever is the very highest, most powerful, effective thing I can do, given the constructs I have this week, I'm there. You're not doing it all. You're listening, but you're also participating, saying, this is and what I can do. This is where I want to play. This is how I can do it now. A team. Keeping the energy cords to that plan is really important. So that's where you maybe commit 5 minutes twice a day. Are the communication cords in place? Yes, good. Strengthen them. I send all love to that, well, those cords. Keep those cords connected to outcome. And then listen to that deeper, deeper area where you hear this is your part to play. So I'm going to turn this over to one group that we haven't heard from, but are so key in this situation. So this is Raphael speaking, and I'm speaking as the touch point. Maybe you would say ambassador from the Galactic Council collectives who exists in those regions of energy that most of us don't access. So I'm stepping down the message. And here's what we want to say to you. We in the galactic worlds, we say, have decreed that outsider agenda cannot exist. It is not allowed. It can never be chosen again. It must be totally made extinct. We in these worlds that we inhabit with those beings who are there, which includes your divine family groups, but well beyond it. We are holding no agendas of using others' energy, domination, voyeurism, war, violence. We are holding that. You can connect to us because you are the other end of that energy thread. You can connect with us. You can pull in our authority. We have total authority in those worlds, total authority in those worlds by consensus with those divine family groups. You can find the way that we speak to you, we energize you, we show you and fill you with the deep knowingness. You are not alone. You did not make this up. This is not pretend. And all of the adjustments that are being made in those worlds beyond your normal interactions, codes, numbers, shapes, colors that are being made there, you could even just anchor those. You don't have to see what they are. Find your connection to us and anchor those corrections here. Another way you can help. What would it be like if this were the moment in time that everybody says isn't possible? Already there's divisiveness being infiltrated into those who want to help that says, wait a minute, why do we help the Ukrainians when we didn't help the Afghans in the same way? Don't believe those lies. Every situation is a situation of Earth mission. What did we get done with this on an energy level? What can we get done with that on an energy level? And it's not either this or that, it's this, and then this, and then this. And the power that we feel coming from humanity around this particular situation is unique. There is more cohesiveness, more individual voices coming together in different ways. That's what is needed. So all we wanted to say to you from that Galactic Council is hold our authority with your authority. Let our authority strengthen your authority. What's possible isn't based on what has been possible. What's possible has never been there before. It's never been there before. But you won't know that if you hold on to old outcomes, old stories. You won't know the new possibility. So let it be on the side. Let the old be on the side. Each situation has built on the situation before it. A little bit clearer, a little bit clearer, a little bit clearer, a little bit more visible, more visible, more visible. So here we are in this moment. Think big. Think big beyond what you ever would even consider possible. And tell us to do it. And then tell us to do even better than that. Let us know that this is the highest I can conceive as an outcome. And I turn it over to those of you in spirit who are connected to geniuses beyond a measure and say, what can you take from my limited possibility and make it bigger? And then start showing me how. How can I participate? All of you have had enough experiences in your life with the unseen, those voices, the influences, the guidance. You've had enough. We hope that you trust us. That this isn't a group that is just like, well, maybe. You know we have abilities and caring and love for you because you felt it. So it's not trust walk here. It's partner walk here. It's collaboration here, making movement happen. And it all begins, your part begins with you. So one more voice that wants to just be heard for a moment. And that's the voice of Gaia. I mean, this is being played out on my home. This is being played out in a space that I said I would allow this greater mission to be played out on. And it's been different than I thought it would be. It's been different than you thought you would be. And yet here we are. I just wanted to say how much you are loved, how much you are honored and respected. And how much is going on beyond your sight. And it's being held so that you don't feel burdened by it. There are things that are going on, amazing things that are going on. Some groups, some actions, some plans that you don't have to know all of it. But I just tell you that so that I hope it expands your excitement to participate in powerful ways that are yours, that are yours. And the team is immense. You've heard from Tesla before, you've heard from Michael before. Now getting invited by the Galactic Collective Council to bring their authority voice here to this planet in ways that hasn't been before. So whoever it is that calls to you and you feel a resonance to, that's your place. That's your place. There are some things that you will be doing and being called to for good that no one will ever know about. And it's okay. There are things that you will be doing together because it's a together thing too. I would like my home cleaned. I would like it to be what it has been and was intended to be for you. So many of you still come and find nurturance. And it will always be that. But we want to rise up like the phoenix as this home. And we're with you in that. We want to see humanity rise up like the phoenix in this home. And you're a part of that. I'm turning it back to Sananda. Sananda, we just want you to know that in the earth plan and in your own individual plans, there were contracts different souls made to allow outsider energy to manifest through their life so it could be seen. There were souls coming into male bodies who agreed to be in parasitically owned bodysuits so they could be seen. That is ended. That is ended. There is no need for souls to manifest outsider energy because it has been seen. Those contracts are ended. They did it magnificently. It is ended. The ownership ended. No parasitics own anybody's. Give us permission to move them out. This and better, whatever you declare, whatever you decree, and better. So we can then expand the plan and the process. We will do no harm. We will do no harm, but we will prevent harm, absolutely. But in doing so, we do not need to harm. We know how. So know that we are on the ground, if you will. We are on the ground. We are in the air. We are in the ethers. We are in the galactics. We are everywhere in that situation. We are everywhere in that situation. That will be a surrogate for itself beyond itself. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for even taking time to listen. Let's see what we can do. Boy, would it be great. Thank you. And blessings to all of you. Listen, we're calling you. Listen, we're calling you.